it's Amanda, and this is my third video for my weekend series of videos for Mothers Rock. Okay, so if you haven't seen the first two videos, I really recommend taking a couple of minutes to go back and look at video 1, where I talk about what it's like to be a heart-led mum. And what that means, and the video number 2, which is 3 key shifts to your perspective on what mothering is like and what it's about. So this video I am going to talk a little bit about my journey, my story, just a little tiny bit to share with you how I've come to this space here and why I'm talking about all of this stuff at all. So in a nutshell, a few years ago I was someone who was within motherhood feeling really quite anxious, pretty tearful a lot of the time, shouty at the end of the day, frustrated in myself, like I wasn't feeling like content or like I was really living to my full capability, or wasn't showing up to my true authentic self the way that I would like to for myself and for my children. And really looking back on it, I was pretty depressed, and depressed was different as a mother for me because I was still really active. I still had quite a lot of laughs with my kids, so maybe depressed isn't the right word. It's not the same as when I had depression before, as a younger adult. So I was someone who was basically falling down the well. It felt like my options were limited. I was so busy, I felt like I should be so lucky, and nothing seemed to be working out well. I was really worried that everything was going wrong, despite how hard I was trying. And really that pushed me into, I had really 2 options when I felt there was nothing else I can do. The options I had, which you may have felt this, is that either I was simply not good enough. I simply wasn't a good enough person to be a mother to these beautiful children who I loved. So that was not a nice feeling. And then the other option that I had to go to in my mind was that because I was trying to do everything, that I would then get sort of proud and defensive, and it must be somebody else's fault, someone else's fault, or some other situation. So I was blaming and lashing out, even if it was just in my mind. So that is a pure victim state. That is a state where it's very disempowering. To blame someone or something else disempowered me. So you can see I just felt crumbling and pretty hopeless. Despite feeling lucky and being active and having some laughs and smiles and hugs and all that stuff. So there was a mix of emotions going on, which made it harder to reach out, harder to accept support, and harder to really see clearly what was going on. But those things were absolutely part of my reality, and it didn't feel good at all. So what changed? I quite by chance really joined an online program, and what this program did for me was it changed my whole kind of perception of what I could do for myself to feel better. And what was really a surprise about this is that I wasn't expecting it to have any impact at all on myself as a mother, or on my children, or on my family situation, but it profoundly changed it. And that is where the magic lay. So the program I joined was called Detox Academy, which was with Elwyn Robinson, who's amazing. He's an amazing coach. So what happened was we really looked at mindset, your values, your internal chatter, your standards, your beliefs, all that kind of stuff. Really kind of rolled those out and had a look at what they were and how they're affecting you. Your energy in your body, like how is the chi actually running around your body, and what you can do to get that going every single day to support yourself, because without any energy going on in your body, it's going to be hard not to feel these things. And taking responsibility, like I mentioned, getting out of the victim state, realizing that by taking small action, doing things, I could empower myself. There were things that I could do, but they weren't to do with my kids or external situations. They were to do with me. They were to do with how I felt, how I talked to myself, what I did each day. And that was a huge, huge transformative step in terms of being a mother. So yeah, I put self-care as well. So when I write self-care, there's can be so many things, but it made me realize that this stuff, mindset, energy, responsibility, that is the crux of why self-care is good. Like, and that's where self-care starts. So this totally and radically changed my view of what mothers need. You know, parenting advice and great tips and tricks and tools and theories about child development are helpful. But if you're feeling this, if you're tired, exhausted, if you haven't got a good mindset, if you're low on energy, if you're not feeling able to take responsibility because you're feeling so exhausted and awful, it's really hard to look after yourself. And if you can't look after yourself, you haven't got much to give to your children. Even if you've got the best intentions and the best theories and practice and advice behind you, without this, you can't do that. Yeah, so just for example, now for everyone it would be a bit different, but these are just examples of how I felt. And you could also definitely feel with just a really small amount of taking action and tiny shifts in your mindset, responsibility and energy. I've written here, you know, clearer, calmer, more energized, definitely focused and creative. Like this was a big, this was wonderful to suddenly realize I had so much creative energy and I could focus on that. Way more patience and flexibility I've written here. So this feeling that you're not about to kind of pop, like I said in video 1, you've got much more leeway with how you're dealing with your own emotions, which is crucial, especially at bedtime when you're putting 3 children to bed, I find. And these types of things can lead to these types of wonderful, amazing things. And this is quality of life stuff. This is the stuff that changes the quality of your life and therefore the quality of your children's lives. Again, these are just my words, but your version of this is completely possible. Possibility, joy, feeling grateful, feeling connected. This is a really big one for me. Feeling supported, and that means, yes, by other people online and a coach and a group and people to be accountable with, but also supported by myself, supported by what I know I am capable of doing. And all of this leads to sort of wonder and magic, which you have anyway as a mum. You have it in there, even if you don't feel it on every day. But this became so available and can be so available to you. So in a nutshell, I was choosing my reality and it made a massive difference to me, and that just rippled out to my children. It's not 100%, I'm not Mary Poppins, but the difference was that this was the stuff that made a difference to me and my ability to parent in the way and move towards at least parenting in the way that I wanted to show up for myself and for my children. And really it started with 10 minutes or sometimes less than 10 minutes a day, and that's how things changed, slowly but surely. So in my 4th video, which I will do later today, on Sunday, which is today, I will be offering to you something that can help you to shift from the page before to something like your version of this. So I do hope that you come and join me for my 4th video and find out what that is. Okay, have a lovely day. Bye.